Bitcoin wasn't able to break the prior lower high, and with so much indecision in the world right now, a potential war that's about to start, all the lockdowns and protests happening, I'm going to go over my thoughts on Bitcoin quickly before Super Bowl. Let's get right into the analysis. For checking out the channel. Every day we put out a new video about cryptocurrency education, markets, giveaways, and more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Now let's go to the moon. So we've been watching this area for quite a while. If you've been watching our Bitcoin analysis or in the Discord and seeing our charts, we were clearly looking for this area to break. We had the trend line break, we had the RSI downtrend break as well to the upside. So this is kind of the area I was looking at. This previous lower high, I wanted us to break above it and kind of set a higher price. We didn't do so. We actually broke down here. This was a nice short. If you are good with counter trend trading or shorting or whatever it may be, you could have got a nice trade there. But I am looking for the upside, and I'm kind of looking at some important areas for Bitcoin to hold. In my opinion, some critical areas, because if we break down, then it might not be too pretty for Bitcoin. So first things first, I was looking for a buy signal on the weekly. I love using the 4 and 9 EMA, and it looks like we're almost about to get that. So if we just take the price away, we take these larger EMAs away, you can see when we have the crosses, they're usually very, very strong buy signals. Last previous one was here, last previous one was here. So I was hoping we get a cross on the weekly. I'll buy wherever price is and then ride it to the upside. But now it looks like we may be getting some sort of fake out. Maybe this was a dead cat bounce right here. We weren't able to clear this prior lower high, and we kind of got rejected right here. And then with everything that's going on with the world right now, we take a look at the S&P 500. We were kind of what I thought was going to happen, kind of just consolidate within the moving averages, but we're breaking down here with, I think there's a secret, not so secret meeting tomorrow. The Feds are having, they may be raising interest rates early. It's hard to say. Like, one, I'm no war expert. Like, you saw what COVID did to the charts right here. What if this war is serious and other countries get dragged into it? Who knows? Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm not sure what the chart will look like if things hit the fan. And sentiment changes quick in markets. People are very fearful. People are very emotional. And then it ends up dumping crazy. And people who are prepared get really great deals. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. So actually the S&P back to the 200-day moving average on the daily. I think we'll open up Monday with some fear and potentially test lows. Maybe we make new lows. That wouldn't be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been following the equities market, and it just wouldn't be good in my opinion. So let's take a look at Bitcoin now and where we need to hold. This is kind of the only major support I'm seeing right here at the 39K area. You have here. Let me move this down like right there. You have this, pretty much this, and this. Everything here is super extended, so there's not much major support areas. You might get one right here at the 40K range, which is the larger support actually. You can see here, resistance, support. So these would kind of be the areas I'm looking at. As I mentioned, and why I showed you I wanted to get in on the daily, not the daily, the weekly 2 and 9, 4 and 9 crossover. I'm screwing up all my words right now. Why I wanted you guys to look at that is because the daily sets up the weekly. You'll get the daily crossover, which happened here, which was an awesome buy. So much confluence. And if you got into that, maybe it's setting you up into the weekly flips, and you stack on that buy. You're getting more confluence, more time frames are lining up now. You had the flip on the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly, smaller time frames are all lining up now. But are we getting some sort of dead cat bounce here? Was it a whipsaw? We got rejected here, as I mentioned, and now if we see we had the golden cross here, we may be getting the death cross right here. And what I'll be doing if Bitcoin breaks the 40K level and honestly the 39K level, I'll probably sell on the death cross wherever. If it happens tomorrow, I will sell, or even tonight, whenever the candle closes, I'll probably exit some of my Bitcoin. If we break here as well, and here, then I will be maybe 25-30% cash. I am like majority of a holder, but as a trader, I want to make more Bitcoins. And I think if I can sell out here and just keep playing this strategy, I mean, it's just been profitable, and I don't want to hold. If like shit hits the fan and news is so bearish, I'm not sure what the Fed's planning on doing. And honestly, I'm no expert, so I don't know how that'll affect the market. And I'm not sure how this Russia-Ukraine situation will affect the market. To me, I think it's more negatively than positive, unless Bitcoin just breaks out like we've all been waiting for. If we break these areas, we retrace this whole move, which I'd actually be bearish if that was the case. We would be looking at these bottoms to kind of hold us, in my opinion. Like, we wouldn't want to wick below this right here. If we started to get close, then I don't think this major support will hold. We might get some sort of relief bounce if we come all the way here. Get some sort of relief bounce. So whoever does long this might make some money. But honestly, I think that this is such a heavily stacked area. And if the trend was moved to the downside and we were expecting lows, I would see this whole area get invalidated to the lower side. I mean, just because so many people probably have their bids here, hoping for it just to bounce back up here and kind of do something like that. And I would be a huge fan if that was the case, but markets seldom do what most people think. And if most people have their orders here, one, we didn't hit it the first time, so either we'll never come back there, and two, if we do, I think we'll go right through. Maybe we'll bounce on it a little bit here, but the more times we test this area, the weaker it gets. And then the sentiment in the market, I mean, the crypto fear and greed index isn't too bad right now. It was 44. Last month it was 21. So we just really need to see what happens tomorrow and in the upcoming days with the Fed meeting, with Russia and Ukraine. And if Bitcoin does start to break down, what's your strategy? Are you going to be holding it? Are you going to be looking for a place to sell? Are you going to be looking, for a place to buy? Are you ready at all? I'm just going to delete this. And what I'm going to do personally, as I shared with you right here, I'm going to be watching this daily close pretty close right now. I'll be watching the Super Bowl game and the Bitcoin chart. And you can see right now, this price action isn't looking the best. I want this area to hold. If not, then I'm looking at the 39K area. Let's take a look at the fibs. It wouldn't be like bullish at all if we retraced back this whole daily candle. Like, that's not bullish at all. Coming back into the 78.6 area, I could see that happening. If it holds, this would be an awesome buy in the support right here, as I mentioned. Somewhere right here, if it can hold, and then that would be a higher low, and we would be transitioning from this downtrend where we were making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we'd be transitioning into higher high, higher low, higher high. Maybe we see price action at 48K, all the way at 50K, and come back, and then we're moving into a solid uptrend. If not, if that doesn't happen and the price breaks down, then I will be in cash. Not all cash, but I'll have some stable coins ready to buy at a cheaper price when things are oversold, overextended to the downside. And I loved using, and I'll leave you with this, the RSI. You can see when it gets to these extreme oversold areas, these are times to start looking to buy, either for trades or just adding for long term. And I had this awesome video, in my opinion, on dollar cost averaging, so check it out. And if you just invest with that strategy, it really takes out the emotions, it takes out all the hard work, and you're just following your habit, you're following your strategy, and Bitcoin hasn't let anybody down with a long-term horizon. So enjoy the day with your family, guys. Enjoy Super Bowl if you watch it. If not, just have a blast anyways. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to be watching your crypto. Don't just let it sit there, especially with, major events coming on. Bitcoin at a critical spot. And we need the bulls to play. We need the bulls to come out. That's pretty much it. It's so hard with where we are in the world right now with so much shit going on. It's literally crazy. So don't sweat it. Enjoy the day. See you guys tomorrow.